Supreme Court in California declared gay marriage a constitutional right. The voters went to the ballot boxes and by a relatively slim margin banned same-sex marriage in California. There was a trial. A judge ruled that the ban was unconstitutional, overturned the decision, legalized same-sex marriage. That's being appealed, so it's on hold. And so the appeal was a couple weeks ago. And there's an interesting thing that was said by the attorney defending Prop 8, defending the ban on same-sex marriage in California and all over the world. Because he's been, defending the theory of it. So it's not just for California that same-sex marriage is evil and bad and needs to be banned, but of course, all throughout the known universe. Anyway, Charles Cooper is the attorney, and he argued, and I'm going to quote from an NPR story here, that same-sex couples can be treated differently when it comes to marriage without running afoul of the Constitution because, quoting Charles Cooper now, sexual relationships between men and women naturally produce children. Unless, of course, the man's fucking her in the ass, but we're going to leave that alone for now. And then he went on, society has no particular interest in a platonic relationship between a man and a woman, no matter how close it might be, or emotional relationships between other people, that would be the queers, as well. But when the relationship becomes a sexual one between a man and a woman, society has a considerable interest in that. Its vital interests are actually threatened by the possibility of an unintentional and unwanted pregnancy. That's why marriage exists, because when you rub two straight people together, you just might make a baby. It's not about love. It's not about commitment. It's not about spending your life together. It's not about changing each other's diapers when you're 90. It's not about all that other shit. It's about procreation. It's about kids. Only when gay people want to get married, because, the infertile can marry, serial killer locked up for life. He can legally marry someone he's never going to be alone with, probably for her own good, in a room together. The infertile can marry. People who already have kids can divorce and remarry. And it just occurs to me, if the state's vital interests are threatened when unmarried heterosexuals experience an unintentional and unwanted pregnancy, why isn't it illegal for unmarried heterosexuals to get pregnant? How does banning same-sex marriage impact heterosexual irresponsibility or heterosexual sex at all? Why aren't unmarried heterosexuals who get pregnant legally compelled to marry? Why aren't there penalties, fines, prison terms, court supervision for unmarried heterosexuals who get pregnant and then refuse to marry? But backing up for just a second, the lawyer, Cooper, he didn't say that an unintentional pregnancy is a threat. He said the mere possibility of an unintentional pregnancy represents a threat that creates a compelling state interest for the state to get involved. So it really should be illegal for unmarried heterosexuals to have sex at all, because an unintended pregnancy is always a potential threat. Denying marriage rights to same-sex couples really does nothing to diminish the awesome existential threat that is rampant, promiscuous, premarital heterosexual activity. We don't need to ban same-sex marriage to deal with this threat. We need to ban straight premarital sex. And you know what? Eventually that's what they're going to want to do, because they are the Taliban. Eventually they are going to want to brick up your vagina and tell you when you're legally allowed to knock that wall down, tear down this wall, and have sex. I think I speak for all gay people everywhere, and I say I'm kind of sick of being punished for the sins of irresponsible heterosexuals everywhere. If the problem that marriage was designed allegedly, supposedly, this is just a desperate 11th hour argument that they're throwing out there because they're running out of justifications for this kind of discrimination. They're just throwing this out there. Oh yeah, straight people suck. That's why marriage has to be reserved for straight people, because we suck. Because we have babies by accident. Because we're irresponsible. Because of the unwonderful things we do, straight people. That's the argument. I don't know how this is a pro-straight, pro-family argument if the only argument for the discriminatory institution of marriage, for banning gay people, is that straight people are so irresponsible and untrustworthy and such fucking jerks that marriage needs to be reserved for them exclusively.